how's things? You've had a taste of officer life now. Starting to get used to things around here? No holding back, am I right? Good to see we can count on you. In any case, you're doing a fine job leading this band of ruffians. We may have our disagreements at times, but I got a feeling that you'll do fine. You were picked out by Lord Cao Cao himself, after all. Oh, almost forgot. I've good news for you. Remember when I told you that I was considering how to apply my natural talents to transporting provisions? Well, I think I've really found my calling there. Lord Cao Cao said my newfound skills will be a valuable addition to his force. Now, we can send provisions throughout the land with ease. We won't have to worry about plundering or getting sacked. We'd be one step closer to his vision. I've been trying to figure out what I could do, but I think it's finally coming together. Damn right. But you know, I wouldn't have come this far without you. Whenever I see you at work, my doubts seem to completely vanish, and I see everything in a new light. And I'm here wondering what I can expect from you next. I just can't take my eyes off of you. Well, isn't that a nice thing to say? Guess that means we're meant for each other. Let's keep giving the world something to be amazed at. Should be easy enough for the two of us.
Oh, pardon my manners. I was so deep in thought that I'd forgotten our plans to meet. Yes, to tell you the truth, I haven't had even a moment to rest. Matters of war have been left to Lord Shunyo, Jashu, and Goja. That leaves the task of governing Shu in my hands. I must also be vigilant against agents of Yuanshao interfering with domestic affairs. And the recent incident is yet to be fully dealt with. Yes, the attempt made on Lord Cao Cao's life, at the behest of the Emperor himself. Truth be told, we had considered the possibility, but not so soon. It seems the Emperor feels threatened by our leader's power. Should a mere retainer be allowed to attain more power than the Emperor? This is a matter that we must now carefully consider. There are many issues at hand, but for now, I must remain focused on protecting our leader. Yes, you're right. I cannot deny the wisdom of your words. Perhaps it's fatigue taking its toll on me. But I find that my ability to focus is beginning to fray. The other day, I was out negotiating with officials and handling government affairs, all without noticing that my hat had caved in. The funny thing is that later I actually saw the ministers all walking together with their hats caved in the exact same way. I couldn't believe how quickly my carelessness had become a fashion statement. I suppose all I can do now is wait for it to go out of style. No, well, perhaps that is it. I am grateful for their respect, but now I feel even more embarrassed. I'd like for you to keep all this to yourself. Let it be our little secret. Be that as it may, I am glad that we have made plans to meet later. If I am to rest, I would very much like it to be with you at my side. Now, shall we make our way to my estate? Please forgive me if I fall asleep on the way.
I see Cao Cao's old habits are back in force. He's been trying this way and that to bring Guan Yu under his command. They say he's given him all sorts of treasures, even the fabled red hair. It's a familiar sight. Cao Cao loses all restraint when he encounters talent. But he's a true hero now, trying to rule over the realm. And a great hero becoming overzealous over a single officer is a problem. I doubt Guan Yu would change allegiances over mere flattery. And if I'm right, the enemy just gained another weapon. I just hope it doesn't come back to haunt us later.
What perfect timing! Lord Cao Cao has called for you. We must hurry.
I have a question. Were you close to Guan Yu? Oh, I see. Guan Yu is a man of integrity. I imagine he will want to return to Liu Bei's side. But it would be a shame if such talent were lost along with Liu Bei's life. If possible, I would like him to join my forces. I had hoped that if you knew him well, you might be able to think of a way to win him over. So even you cannot think of a way to bring him over to our side. If he wishes to return to Liu Bei no matter what, then perhaps we must make sure that is no longer an option. Before anything else, I want to know what Guan Yu is thinking. The moment our army has a chance to rest, I'd like you to find that out for me.
What? You're asking if I want to continue serving Lord Cao Cao? Certainly. He has been incredibly generous and has treated Liu Bei's family well. That is a debt I must repay in full before I leave. But I do not intend to stay here long. I will leave as soon as I know where my brother has gone. I, Guan Yu, will stand with Liu Bei until my death. That is an oath I will not break. That is not the issue. My loyalty is with Liu Bei. Simple as that. Liu Bei is weaker than Lord Cao Cao. A cause for concern in some ways, I admit. Whenever he sees others suffering or in misery, he is driven to help them, heedless of logic. Because of that, we, and Liu Bei himself, have had to endure countless hardships. Some may see that as foolishness. Others may jeer, calling it a lack of principle. But Liu Bei knows the suffering of the people. He knows the cries of the destitute who lack the power to act. I believe that is the quality necessary to bring an end to these times of war. Forgive my prattle, but those are my thoughts in full. I presume you came here at Lord Cao Cao's behest to see where I stand. If you would, please tell him that I am sorry.
Lord Guan Yu,
I hear that Lord Liu Bei is still missing. I cannot imagine how that must feel. But I am happy that I could fight alongside you once more. And I say that in earnest.
I cannot thank you enough for saving my life and the lives of my brother's family.
No need. The loss of a warrior such as yourself would be a loss to the entire realm. You said the same to me once.
Zheng Liao,
I echo that sentiment. Lord Guan Yu, you are worthy of our respect, and I am glad we could speak once more.
Lord Shi Huang,
My training with you was my salvation when I lost my way. At the risk of sounding presumptuous, I hope our presence here eases your suffering even a little.
Aye, we may have different reasons and circumstances, but we are all warriors climbing the same peak. If we train and continue to better our minds and bodies, a path may one day present itself.
I am beyond grateful to both of you. Let us spar, that I may reforge my wavering mind.
Nothing would bring me more joy.
Yuan Shao's forces gathered around Baima greatly outnumber our own. They must be trying to quash our potential strategies with sheer numbers.
Be that as it may, any commander who would lead such a massive army is bound to let his hubris get the better of them. We must discover and strike at where they have been negligent. The question is how?
Send a small force to ambush them? No. It would be but a momentary diversion against an army that large. Though if we can separate their forces, we may be able to take them down one group at a time.
Separate them how? I doubt Yuan Shao would be easily fooled.
If one wants to catch a catfish sleeping at the bottom of a pond, one must use valuable bait.
Bait?
Very well. I will join the assault. Then even Yuan Shao will panic and send his army. Let's begin.
Yes.
Got it!
Yes.
Listen. Now go. I will act as bait and lure away their main force. You take a detached force to drive through the gap and relieve Baima Castle.
Those are Cao Cao's forces, headed for Baima Castle. I have to warn Lord Yanjin.
Let's get serious.
If they inform the main force of our position, we will lose the advantage of surprise. Quickly, pursue them!
We will keep the enemy at bay. You must hurry to Lord Yanliang's side. March forward!
We have received word that Cao Cao himself is headed for Yanjin. We cannot let this opportunity go to waste. We shall send our troops to target him.
The enemy officer
We march at
has been
once.
defeated.
End this!
It appears we have evaded detection by the enemy for now. We will continue our advance swiftly and silently.
Lord Cao Cao's renown makes him an excellent decoy. Just look at the size of the force they've sent after him. With this many of their soldiers here, Baima should be relatively unguarded. Our task is to do all that we can to protect Lord Cao Cao.
Their numbers matter not, for I will never falter. With enough wisdom and courage, there is always a path to victory. Begin advancing!
This is our chance. Take the enemy by surprise!
The strength of Yuan Shao's forces lies in their inexhaustible numbers.
The enemy officer
They
has been
seem to be
defeated.
pouring out from the fort in an endless stream. We should first focus our efforts on taking the fort. That will force them to change their strategy.
Now advance! Behold, Allied forces are marching to our aid. This will be enough to break the siege. Stand strong! Our victory is imminent! Let's go!
I owe Lord Cao Cao a great debt of gratitude. This battle is my chance to repay it with my blade.
Let's get serious.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
We're on even ground now. This is our chance to make a move.
They've taken the fort at Yanjin. We cannot let them cut off our reinforcements. Quickly, we must reclaim it.
This territory
Let's
is
start
out.
the
The enemy
advance.
officer has been defeated.
Fight to bring glory to our forces! Here's that resistance is futile.
We are providing aid in this battle in accordance with our pledge to the people of the North. However, seeing as Cao Cao is loyal to the Han court, we have no objections to taking his life.
Let's start the advance. Let's start the advance.
This is too good to be true. The enemy's massive force is beginning to crumble all on its own. Looking rough. Time to act.
Cao Cao, you are a snake, guarding the corrupt throne to satisfy your endless avarice. Chaos has stricken the land, and the tears of the weak pool at the feet of the Emperor. That is why you must be eliminated.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Do not know who you are or from where you hail. You seem to be driven by a strong conviction.
Could it be? No, that's not possible.
The enemy officer
has been defeated.
We're about to lose. There must be something I can do.
Every victory serves to make me that much stronger.
I've been waiting for this.
The sash.
The enemy officer
The sacred
has been
bird
defeated.
won. And those eyes. Yes. You must be.
We should stop here to assess the situation.
This has been brutal. I don't know how much more I can take.
When you're by my side, I feel empowered. I ask for your assistance here.
You weren't able to leave me in
is
danger,
ours.
were you? You truly are one of a kind.
Let's start the advance.
Bring them down.
Let's start the advance.
Give us our plans in action.
My power alone is insufficient for a comeback.
That was an
The
impressive
enemy
effort.
officer has
I
been
enjoy
defeated.
just watching you out there.
There we go.
Sacred Heart, protect us. Take that.
I claim another victory in the name of my brother.
Fantastic display.
The enemy
You
officer
should be proud of what
has
you've
been
accomplished.
defeated. I'm falling back for now. I must leave the rest to you.
Time is right. We should attack now.
Incredible!
The enemy officer
No other
has
could
been
perform.
defeated. The time is right. Go.
I claim another victory in the name of my brother.
I'm starting to get fatigued. At this rate.
Take this.
Infested.
The enemy officer has been
I
defeated.
claim another victory in the name of my brother.
This
Making
territory
progress.
is ours.
Our hard work is paying off.
I regret that I must implore you for aid like this. But your presence sets my mind at ease.
Normally, one seeks to overcome their opponent on the battlefield through superior resources. You, on the other hand, depend on your wits and courage. You may be my enemy, but I do admire your will to fight. You might even color me intrigued by it.
The enemy officer
Getting
has
beaten
been
by
defeated.
Cao Cao's whelps. Show everyone how it's done.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
The enemy forces at Yanjin,
The enemy officer
greatly diminished.
has been defeated.
We will finish them off in one final assault.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has
There's no
been
virtue
defeated.
in dying for so little. I shall retreat and fight another day.
An impeccable display. I expect no less of you.
You weren't able to leave me in danger, were you? You truly are one of a kind.
That was a dignified performance. You are indeed a true warrior of the Three Kingdoms.
Got this!
Rough. Take this.
Let's get there.
I am Wen one of Yuan Shao's greatest fighters. Any who believe themselves worthy may test their might against me.
Take this.
You are half mad. So your bravery isn't without justification.
Take this.
Situation.
The enemy officer
Better than that.
has been defeated.
Why did it have to end like this? What? Wen Chou has fallen. This is not possible. What on earth happened?
Take that.
Begin the advance.
Everyone, follow me.
Now advance. Let's give it to them. See ya.
Take this.
Take that. Now. Let's get serious. Got this.
Looking rough.
Let's give it to them. Let's get serious. Time to ask. Got this. Now. All my might.
Infested. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go.
Face me, now you stand in the presence of Yan Liang. I am one of Lord Yuan Shao's greatest warriors. You really think you have what it takes to fight this? You do not lack for skill, it seems. This battle has only just begun. I can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I have been bested. How can this be?
I could foresee losing either Yan Liang or Wen Chou, but for both to have been slain, you fought well this time, Cao Cao. But this brings you no closer to matching our might. In the end, there can only be one victor, and that will be me!
Winning the first battle bodes very well for our side, but overcoming their greater numbers will prove to be difficult. This is not where we will strike the final blow. We will pull our forces back for now. This was a great victory, and it is owed to your wisdom and strength.
We are humbled, but it is not yet over, my lord.
Aye. We've swatted away some of their troops, but the flow of the battle has not yet shifted.
It looks like Yuan Shao is continuing his march south. They will overrun us if we do not intercept them.
To defeat a large army, we must first take advantage of the terrain. We will draw back the front line to Guandu. There, we shall make our stand against Yuan Shao.
Zuluan, it's been too long. So it really was you. I never would have expected this. But why didn't you tell me where you were? What are you saying, Zuluan? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am. You won't answer? Or maybe you can't. Then it's true. You really have forgotten everything. Well, I suppose I should have known. If you had your memories, you wouldn't have allied yourself with Cao Cao, the usurper of the Han. You have forgotten your mission, your ideals, and the promises you made, and now you're floating aimlessly through life. Yet even so, you are unable to escape your fate as a guardian of peace. You submit to a higher power and act as a weapon for them, just as you did as a guardian of peace once before. Though this seems even more pitiful, Juha, what did she say to you in the end? Did she tell you to forget everything and live on, or to pursue true peace? If you can't remember, then let me remind you. Juha is dead. You were there when it happened. And now you're living a carefree life, free from any memory of her death. Perhaps that is the greatest insult of all. Remember, Zuluan!
Are you crying? Go, Zuluan. Down your own path. Are you crying? I'm fine. Go, Zuluan. Down your own path.
I thought you had both died. I never imagined. I thought I was alone. Maybe I was being foolish, desperately clinging to a past that will never return. I have some advice for you, Zuluan. If you insist on following the Han and allying with Cao Cao, then I will not hesitate to stand against you once more. You must remember who the Han are to us. Well, the point may be moot if Cao Cao is crushed by Yuan Shao in the next battle. I look forward to seeing him struggle.